Hi everyone, thanks for watching the JB Arts YouTube channel. Today we have the Tumbler Kits. Okay, so what we do is in the kit you have a canvas sleeve that fits around the inside insert, and you put the two of them together. Just a note that there are some rubber seals to keep it sort of tight. On the cup itself, you can do the painting directly on the cup, but you get a little bit of paint everywhere else, can make a bit of a mess. So my recommendation is you paint it on a flat surface and go from there. Now keep in mind which side is up. You might have noticed from the video that I had already made a mistake. I had drawn it sort of upside down, like Now I've turned that picture right side up and then drawn the mistake into a rocky area. Here's our colors, acrylic paints. They work fantastic for this sort of picture. When I'm mixing my color, I want to make sure that I put a little blob off to the side of, say, white, so I don't contaminate the whole pile of white, and then just add the tiniest bit of blue to get sort of my sky. Now here I'm looking at sort of long, smooth brush strokes, trying to keep it wet, going fast. That way I can get my blend better, a bit smoother for the sky. Adding a little bit of white. Now I make it a bit darker with a touch of purple. Mix my colors together. In a moment I'll realize that it's too dark. I'll add a bit more of light blue, and then I'll go back and darken it up again. There we go, I've got it nice and dark. I'm trying to get sort of, not necessarily a night sky, but just about night. Just enough that, the lighthouse is going to be needed. Now here I've mixed up a different blue. I use sort of a purpley blue for the sky and sort of a turquoisey blue for the water. And I'm also changing my brush strokes to describe that as water rather than sky. So the water itself has sort of a wavy brush stroke, where the sky is much more softer blend. You can mix your paint in three places, one on your palette, color A and color B. Make color C. You can also mix on your canvas, so you would take sort of color A and lay it in first, and then take color B and sort of blend the two colors together to get sort of a nice gradient. And the third way is to take color A on one side of your brush and color B on the other side, and when you blend it in, you can see, like in the water, it leaves sort of a streaky area. That streaky area gives sort of the illusion or description of waves. Even with the paint a little bit tacky, I can take sort of the reddish brown color and drop it in. So that's what I was doing, is mixing sort of a brown color with blues and oranges first, and then I thought, no, I wish they were a little bit more red. So I sort of mixed in sort of red and green kind of complementary colors to get my brown. My red lighthouse, I didn't want it to be a bright red lighthouse against sort of a falling nighttime sky. So I sort of muddied it up a little bit with a touch of green that I had already mixed before for the rocks. Now I'm putting in a little bit of a highlight into the rock, sort of coming off the lighthouse a little bit and off sort of the glowing moon that I'm going to put in a moment. Also, you can see a little path that I've put in from the lighthouse, brightening up the lighthouse, and we're about to get the light in. So a bit of white, now that the sky is a bit drier, a bit of white with my yellow sort of helps it to stand out and create sort of a fuzzy edge. And when that dries, I'll go back and put in an even stronger yellow on top of that. That's the best part about acrylics, is you work in layers, so you put on a little bit more and a little bit more until you get just what you want. Even to the point where you don't think it's getting any better, just paint over all of it and do a new one. You could really use this insert and sleeve several times over. You can just repaint the insert part several times until you're happy with it, or you just want it to look different every week. They're perfect for that. They also come with the lid and straw. So back to the painting, I'm adding shadows in with the rock to make sort of the pathway a little bit stronger. I'm going to put in highlights to the moon again. but I had to wait for those areas to dry a little bit, so I sort of work all over my picture and see what it looks like. It's very common to sort of paint one area, make the lighthouse perfect, and then you get the rest of it painted and realize your lighthouse is too bright and you shouldn't have spent hours making it perfect. You should sort of get everything covered and then move on to other things, and then slowly build up your picture layer by layer, section by section. And usually that turns out to be more productive, save you a bit of time, ends up looking better in the end. Cool. Well, that's pretty well it, folks, for this one. We're just going to take off the little bit of adhesive strip, make sure that we get it lined up before we really press it on. Notice I took the second strip off when it was mostly in place, smooth it out, and here is where I can just paint the edges where they didn't quite match and sort of blend them together to give me one complete scene. Now again, you can paint your entire picture on your cup, but if you end up getting it on it, well, acrylic paint's there forever. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Have a wonderful day. Just repaint the insert part several times until you're happy with it, or you just want it to look different every week. They're perfect for that. They also come with the lid and straw, both reusable, both cleanable, washable, I should say. Jeff, edit that out, that's silly. Fantastic.